little room here. Welcome. I live up on the river up there in Mud Lake, right on the edge of the river, dead end of Mud Lake Road. Love it up there. Found a little place, cabin on the hill kind of thing. Been there about 21 years now. Let's see. 21? So we sing about the river a lot, and eagles and little wildlife and all sorts of things. I do all original songs that I wrote over the years. Some of them I don't do a whole lot, but I got them. I've been down to the river just to watch the waves roll in. I go down to the river just to watch them roll away again. Walking with my baby, talking with my very best friends. I go down to the river and I watch that red sunrise. I go down to the river and I watch that red sunrise. Another Mississippi morning come lighting up the skies. I've been down to the river. I go down to the river. I go down across the big muddy river. I've been down to the little muddy river. Down to the river with all my very best friends. I've been down to the river, I've been way up around the bend. I go down to the river, leaving footprints in the snow and the sand. I've been singing to the wildlife, singing out to the land. Over the water and I watch those eagles fly. I'm looking over the water and I watch those eagles fly, fly, fly. Think about the Indians and all the time gone by. I've been down to the river. I go down to the river. I've been down across the big muddy river. And I go down to the little muddy river. Down to the river with all my very best friends. All my very best friends. I go down to the river and I watch the northern lights. I go down to the river and I watch that full moon rise. See that Mississippi moon and the starlight in your eyes. I've been down to the river, I've been way up around the bend. I go down to the river, leave my footprints in the snow and the sand. I've been singing to the wildlife, singing it out to the land. Gotta reconnect with the old river there, yeah. It's been doing all sorts of things through the winter. I'm glad to see the ice leave this winter, too. I switch arms a lot, so bear with me. Try to make it swift. I don't know, I'm just doing some couple fresh tunes. Whenever you write a song, you gotta work hard at making sure you remember them. I don't like to read my songs when I'm playing, but I've done it before. This is a list. This is just a list of titles there. I scribble them down just so in case my brain starts to go funny, I can refer to the page. I'm going to send this out to our recently departed friend, Bobby Ressler. He's a good man. He died on May Day. And it's just a general song, though, too. It's, I was thinking back about this kind of thing, and when I first started traveling and doing things, like trying to figure out how to play music. Took a backpack, a dog, and an old guitar, and set out on the road. So that's where the song comes from. I call this one God's in a Backpack. Well, I roamed and I rambled all around this land in my wild and younger days, with a backpack, a dog, and a guitar. They said it was only a phase, so I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home, 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 home. I'll be going home. I'm going home. Yes, I'll be there waiting for you. Well, some went to war and some stayed home. Some dug up the earth inside. Some went crazy, some found love, some found relief in God. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home, 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 home. I'm going home. Yes, I'll be there waiting for you. So go climb a mountain, or go talk to the sea, or just up and go away. Wake to the sun, go out on a run, bust up a bale of hay. 'Cause I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home, 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 home. I'll be going home. I'm going home. Yes, I'll be there waiting for you. days with a backpack and dog and an old guitar. Some said it was only a phase. I'll be going home. I'll be going home. Yeah, it's a frick. God's in a backpack. I thought that a couple times when I was crossing the desert, and I said I should have brought some water. Tumbleweeds go by. Had a lot of adventures doing this kind of thing. One of my biggest adventures is leaving this tuning here is a drop D tuning, just like this string. Canoeing the Mississippi in '84. I came down from Eau Claire. I lived up there for a few years and played music and built a little place called the New Delhi with my friend Piano Bob, who's also no longer with us. But great times up there, and we met these people that were doing the Mississippi River Revival, and it's a thing to take care of the river and pick up stuff along the river that shouldn't be there. And I did a whole summer of that in '84 and went up to the headwaters and canoed to Bellevue that summer, and that was a workout. There was one part of the journey, I was in a canoe with my dog and some other people in other canoes. I was having a nice leisurely cruise down the water. Somebody yelled at me, said, "Denny, better watch out, the Delta Queen's coming bearing down on you," because I was kind of dozing and they were coming the other way and I didn't notice the Delta Queen. If you remember that boat, it's still out there somewhere, but not on the river. So I wrote for that old boat here. Imagine yourself in a canoe, I guess. Down the river, hey, what's that I see? I'm looking over my shoulder. Here comes the Delta Queen. She's the Delta Queen, the Delta Queen, the prettiest boat I ever seen. Oh, the Delta Queen, Mississippi mama in my dream. She passed me by. My old canoe when she bobbed so high. Yeah, she passed me by. When Mark Twain come alive. The eagle flies up against the clear blue sky. The eagle flies, what a sight to my sore eye. She's a riverboat, that old riverboat. You're gonna sing her all the songs you wrote. Riverboat, that old riverboat. Just how long you gonna stay afloat? You got a paddle wheel, making waves that I can feel. Got a paddle wheel, make my day turn so real. She got a black smokestack, won't you take me back? Oh, black smokestack, won't you take me back? Oh, take me back. See, Lord, do you know? Can you hear that old river flow? Do you see, Lord, do you know? Can you hear that river flow? I said, can you hear that river flow? I Hey, what's that I see? Look on the Delta Queen. She's the Delta Queen, prettiest boat I ever seen. Oh, the Delta Queen, Mississippi mama in my dream. She's the Mississippi mama in my dream. The old Delta Queen. She's dry docked. I think they made a floating hotel out of her down there in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Last I heard. I was thinking of going down and busting it free. I might need some help. But, I dream big. Are you all right? Is this all right? Does it sound all right? I always check. Yeah. Art change. I just grab the first one that's there and see what happens. I don't like to over-prepare, you know. Let's see. Well, that's A harp, so I get to play an E. Old buddy back there in the back row, that's Stevie, and him and I did the Midwest Music Maker radio show for 10 years on KGR, wherever we're at. Great time. We always dreamt about having a radio show that we could feature all our friends on that played music and, let them be heard on local radio. And went about a 100-mile radius, I guess, until we went online, and then we were getting calls from around the world there for a couple of months. Anyway, I was up one night. I repair guitars too, and fiddles and rehair bows and all that kind of stuff. But I was watching TV one night. It was the winter. It was really dark outside because it was night, and it was snowing, so it was white and black. And I was watching a black and white movie about black and white people getting along together. And what was the name of that movie? I don't know. It had all the great people in it. Eartha Kitt and Nat King Cole. And heck, what's the name of that movie? Anyway, I was working on an old black and white guitar, so it was all like, I got to write a song about that. So this one's called Black Silver Tone Blues. The old guitar was a silver tone and still needs fixing. Traveling with you, baby, it's true. I've been bumping down this road so long. Getting my fill, I'm going over the hill, all for the sake of a song. Both sides of the stream, still picking my dreams, taking the good with the bad, turning my cheek to the strong and the weak, fixing the mood that I had. This old guitar helps me to carry a tune. This old guitar sees me through the sun and the moon. This old guitar helps you tell the right from the wrong. This old guitar, you better plug me till the day that I'm gone. guitar helps me to carry a tune. Yeah, this old guitar sees me through the sun and the moon. This old guitar helps me tell the right from the wrong. This old guitar, you better pluck me till the day that I'm gone. Traveling with you, baby, it's true. I've been bumping down this road so long, getting my fill, going over the hill, all for the sake of the song. Sides of the stream, still picking my dream, taking the good with the bad, turning my cheek to the strong and the weak, fixing the mood that I had. And this old guitar helps me to carry a tune. This old guitar sees me through the sun and the moon. This old guitar helps me tell the right from the wrong. This old guitar, you better pluck me till the day that I'm gone. Yeah. Black Silk Joe Blues. Yeah, have those. Thanks.
So was the movie St. Louis Blues?
That's right. Very good. See, I can always count on him for remembering something that I just can't remember.
Don't thank me, thank Google.
Ah, it's easy. Yeah. Mr. Google. Yeah. Wow. Good idea. And back in the radio days, you know, when, yeah. Steve didn't always use Google. Because he's a brilliant man. Now this next song came after, a few years ago, I guess. Let's see, it's in B flat. So put a kick over there. I broke my right leg up in Prairie du Chien one fall. I got to lay around and recuperate for a few months. Listen to motorcycles go by, and I was like, when you're disabled and can't walk, it's another trip, okay? So I was out there in a wheelchair looking at the sky one night, and it was warm enough to be outside, and looking at the stars, and watching Orion fly by, and song come out about just those times. Call this one another notch on Orion's belt. If you know that Orion's belt is arranged in the same pattern as the big pyramids in Egypt. Look at them from the sky down. So that's something else to think about, I guess. Anyway. I got songs that you never heard at all. Well, I try to share them all with you. I don't always know which one I might do. With the way things are going, oh, it's all up in the air. Yeah, it makes me see how very, very small we are. Climbing through the hole of my old guitar. We'll come and go, crossing all the sands of time, to the waters running through the mountains that we climb. Well, winter has come and gone again. I'll be wondering, where is my long lost friend? Some numbers just don't answer anymore. Yeah, the snow had covered up your lawn. Now this time of year, well, it's all gone. But the big blue ball keeps on spinning on and on. Yeah, it makes me see how very, very small we are. Climbing through the hole of my old guitar. Yeah, we'll come and we'll go, crossing all the sands of time. The water is running through the mountains that we climb. I often look up in the stars, past the moon and the planet Mars, far across the realm of galaxy. Yeah, that dark and twinkling nighttime sky sees Orion passing by, leaves us with an air of mystery. Yeah, it makes me see how very, very small we are. Climbing through the hole of my old guitar. notch on Orion's belt. Think about that one. How we doing? We all right?
Yeah.
You don't feel like throwing anything at me yet, do you?
No, not yet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, do you want us to throw
No,
things?
well, it depends on what you're throwing.
Throw money.
I was just thinking, maybe he wants us to throw money.
No, I'm back. I do appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out. It's a nice thing to do. And don't put your harmonicas in upside down. This is one thing I can advise you on. It does make a difference unless you can play that way.
Upside down.
Yeah. Good to take time, class. I'm going to, wait, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch guitars all of a sudden. Do this. This here guitar, has an American strap on it. I don't know if that'll do me any good or not. I got this from the little old lady that got it new back in the 30s, right here in Dubuque. And one of her kids heard me play somewhere and said the old guitar I have, and an old Gibson. And anyway, he came up to me and says, "My mom's got an old guitar in the attic. It looks something like that, but it's got this metal thing screwed on the front of it." And I immediately went, I knew what it was. It's a 1936 National is what this is, made right here in the USA. And it was up in the attic, and she went and got it and brought it down for the first time in probably 3 decades. I said, you shouldn't leave a guitar in the attic with it strung up. That's why the neck's a little bent, but that's why I play the slide all the time. So, my life in a stolen minute. But I somehow talked her out of it. It took me a few weeks. She was, "I've had it since 1936. She told me the story about how she sold it for a pair of nursing shoes when it was hard times, and she needed some nursing shoes to get some other work. And sold it to somebody, and 10 years later, she saw the guy pushing it around in a grocery cart in hard times, because it was all hard times back then. And anyway, she got it back, and she raised a family, and she said, "I just always thought my kids would learn how to play, but they never did, so I put it in the attic." And she said all I ever wanted to hear him was play Wabash Cannonball. And so I played her Wabash Cannonball, and she started crying. I like to make little old ladies cry. What can I say? Not really, but I told her, if you sell it to me, I'll take care of it, and I'll keep it going, and I'll record with it, and I'll play it for my friends, and I'll never let it go. That's pretty much why it's still here with me. I got it tuned in a G tuning right now, and that's all I know. So where I live on the river, there's trains going by on both sides of the river, and I grew up around trains, and I grew up in Iowa Falls, Iowa. I was born in Mason City, Iowa, and so I'm an Iowan. I know, yeah, I have a Garcia for last name, but that's gotten me through a lot of other good situations. And if that doesn't, then I tell them, "Oh, my mom was German, so whatever." So I'm a real mixed breed, I guess. What can I say? So here's one for the trains that go up and down the Mississippi River. mighty quiet when there ain't no trains. There's a birdie singing in the springtime rain. Birdie don't care if you like its song. Birdie singing anyway all day long. Hear that train, that faraway train. Hear that train, baby. That faraway train. Oh, here comes another one, heading north like a sun. Same old rails, but a different time. Little train with a different ride. Hear that train, the faraway train. Hear that train, baby, the faraway train. Well, that ghostly sound that's always there, been lingering in the air. Mighty quiet when there ain't no train. Birds singing in the springtime rain. Birdie don't care if you like its song. Birdie singing anyway all day long. Hear that train, faraway train. Hear that train, baby, faraway train. Hear that train. Here comes another one, heading south like a son of a gun. Same old rails, but a different time. Different train with a different ride. Hear that train, faraway train. Hear that train, baby, faraway train. Hear that train, that faraway train. Faraway train. People ask me, do you mind the trains going by all the time? I said, well, there's nothing I can really do about that, but I grew up around trains, so it's no big deal. They keep me company through a lonesome night. When I was a kid, we had freight trains in the back of the farm on the other side of the fields, and grew up with the sound of that old train. Kind of a Hank Williams thing, I guess. Filled in the night sounds. Like the song. My mom, she passed away a few years ago up there in Clear Lake, Iowa, and back when I was a kid, she worked for the priest in the local church there. She cleaned his house and stuff. And Mom was one of the singers in the mass choir, you know, when I was a little altar boy, if you can imagine that. Just, yeah. Things have changed, but that's all right. But Mom and I, well, she'd sing in the 7:15 Mass, and I'd do the holy kid thing. And our priest was, he'd always forget his socks. He was a little spacey. And I'd be there all trying to be nice and good and everything, dressed up in the stuff and, you know, do all the things. And he only had me because I was dependable and all that. And got 2 for 1 with Mom singing and me doing the altar boy thing. Yeah, I couldn't help it. I was on my knees doing the nice little boy thing, and I'd look and I said, he forgot his socks again, you know, when he's genuflecting, I know. And then he had grass clippings in his cuffs, and I don't know why you remember these things, you know, but, and then he'd take me and my sister flying in his little plane. He could fly planes, and he'd go up and he taught me how to fly a little airplane, and he didn't let me land it, but anyway, long story short, Mom was cleaning out the priest's attic once, and she saw this statue up there sitting by the chimney, all covered with cobwebs and dust and everything, and a statue of Jesus about this tall, you know, and a nice little statue. I still have it, and yeah, I got him over my workbench over there, so I feel like I'm getting some chaperone while I'm doing my carpentry, you know. And so I wrote the song for Mom called Dusty Jesus. And I don't know. It's not the holiest song I ever wrote, but I like it, so I don't care. Dust off your Jesus, take it down off the shelf. Dust off your Jesus, Lord, take it down off the shelf. Let him know you are listening, taking care of your health. Take care of your health, man. Oh, your Jesus got all dusty, walking down that long and ancient road. Said your Jesus got all dusty, walking down that long and ancient road. You gotta stop to help your neighbor, pick up that heavy load. Pick up that heavy load. I said all your friends had rambled one sad, cold, and lonesome rainy day. I said all your friends had rambled one sad, cold, and lonesome rainy day. Dusty Jesus travels with you, oh, got a place to stay. Stay here. Jesus on the island, Jesus on the beach. Jesus keep you smiling, always within reach. Dust off your Jesus, or take it down off the shelf. Let him know you are listening, taking care of your health. I'll take care of your health. guitar. Oh yeah. Well, get this thing off my finger. Yeah. Well, how we doing? Good. I used to play for about 4 hours straight, so just because I'm long-winded and I like to keep going. It's what I do, and then I run out of time sometimes. Farm song here. I grew up on farms doing regular chores and irregular chores too. One of my mom's sisters, my Aunt Shirley, was the toughest woman I ever knew, proudly. She'd roll her sleeves up and she'd do amazing things. But Aunt Shirley, she wasn't afraid of anything. There was a time when the badgers were killing all the chickens in the chicken coop. This is an old-timey farm up south of Mason City, and that's where my mom grew up with 12 siblings and the Depression, and they got around it somehow. I wrote this song down in Bellevue at Tom and Lil's place when I was awakened one morning to a shotgun blast. And I got up and I go, what's going on? And Tom had shot this rooster because it was chasing his kids, and so we plugged the rooster. And I wake up and the chicken's hanging from a tree. Well, it's all in the song, so I just do it. It's an old-timey farm, and I go, well, this seems like a good reason for a song. So it's called Days Out on the Farm, D-A-Z-E. This song is on the Mississippi Band 2000 CD, back when they invented CDs. Well, the sun comes up and the rooster crows, breakfast smells and the cool wind blows. The dogs and cats, they're all running around. There's more to do here than in the town. Your daddy's on the tractor going out to plow, and your mama's in the house rustling up another meal. Well, growing all your own food then is bound to take some work, my friend, knowing that it's all so good for you. I think I'll chow a little bit more, going to go out, going out to do chores, or ain't nothing like your days out on the farm, where you work all day and into the night, catch a few winks to the morning light. Crops as far as the eyes can see. Oh, have mercy, mama, won't you set me free? Set me free. I've been baling hay with the farmer's daughter, strolling around down by the water. Makes you feel like walking arm in arm. Adventures of an old hired hand, been working out on a tired land, and your memories of your days out on the farm, where everybody sits down for a spell to talk about the times of doing well. But it's never been an easy road to hoe. Oh, it's been cold and it's been warm, but still keep on weathering the storm while you're digging out your days out on the farm, where you work all day and into the night, catch a few winks till the morning light. Crops as far as the eyes can see. Oh, have mercy, mama, won't you set me free? Yes, set me free. Head. Chicken didn't even know it was dead till it found itself hanging from a tree. That's the way the old cookie crumbles. That's the way the little chicken stumbles and falls on his beak out on the farm. Yeah, there's hungry sounds out in the barn. Old timers live to spin the yarns and tell it to youngsters like it is. All the cows, they sound like dinosaurs. They're begging you loud down on all fours to come spread yourself out, bend over the farm. Where you work all day and into the night, catch a few winks till the morning light. Crops as far as the eyes can see. Oh, have mercy, mama, won't you set me free? Oh, set me free. To see it now, where the horses used to pull the plow, return to the thrilling days of yesteryear. Some things they will never change, and some things never going to be the same. For digging in the earth out on the farm. The sun comes up and the rooster crows, the breakfast smells and the cooling blows. The dogs and cats are all running around. But there's more to do here than in the town. Your daddy's on the tractor going out to plow, and mama's in the house rustling up another meal. Days out on the farm. Oh, dang. Man. I grew up in rural Iowa. Rurally. Well, gosh, I'm running out of time. Doggone. Yeah. He says one more, so I'll do 10. Hope you brought your sleeping bags. Oh, I don't know. Okay, yeah, no problem. I got one. I just got to pick out the right one, Dennis. Let's see. Because, you know, you never know. Well, I got one of the last songs I wrote recently was, I went and got a book about Wiley Post. And if you don't know who Wiley Post was, he was a aviator, America's first real aviator back in the 30s and 20s, and he was quite a guy, illustrious character, Wiley Post, and he's related to our good friend, he's over in Stonehill right now, Jim Post, who was a great, folk singer and just a great guy, and known him for a long time, but he's he was related to Wiley Post, a distant cousin. And he learned about this back when he was young, and his dad heard something on the radio about Wiley Post. But Wiley was an illustrious character, and I just couldn't help but write a Dust Bowl kind of sounding song for Wiley Post. You have to read about him, I guess, to get the whole story, but this is a snippet of his life here. Read the book. America's Forgotten Eagle. Wiley Post had a 6th grade brain, didn't let it stop him from flying a plane. He had a prison record and one good eye, built a wooden plane and learned to fly. Why, Wiley, why did you fly so high? Why, Wiley, why? On the Winnie Mae took him around the world several times over while his hair was curled. Higher and higher they would go, plumb out of sight at 50 below. Why, Wally, why did you fly so high? Why, Wally, why? Well, Amelia Earhart was his friend. They flew and flew until the end. Those lofty clouds that float on by are more than home to those who fly. Why, Wally, why did you fly so high? Why, Wally, why? He invented the spacesuit way back when, still worn today by women and men. He took us from the ground up into space. What a thing to do for the human race. What have you done for the human race? Little old Bill Rogers and Wiley Post, they hop, skipped, and jumped from coast to coast. Till that fateful day when they went down, as the Eskimos watched, point barrel bound. They tried unsuccessfully 3 times to get off of a creek bed in front of a bunch of Eskimos up there in Alaska. Bill Rogers and Wiley Post were together in the plane because they were good buddies. Wiley kept on trying to get up in the air, and he didn't make it on the last time, and they crashed into the creek bed in front of all the Eskimos and everything. So it's a tragic tale and a very gory chapter in the book. So, why, Wiley, why did you fly so high? Why, Wiley, why? Wiley Post had a 6th grade brain and didn't let it stop him from flying a plane. He had a prison record and one good eye. Built a wooden plane and learned to fly. Why, Wiley, why did you fly so high? Why, Wiley, why? Folk song. Thanks, people. I appreciate that. Send that out to Jim Post. Thanks. Denny Garcia, keep the peace. Thanks, people. I do appreciate that. I'd go for another 2 hours, but these guys.
We can go on the street.
Hey, all right. My kind of people.